All right, guys. How is everybody on this Monday? We're going to do a members only video free to the public. I managed to squeeze in a few minutes here at the new office and everything like that. Can't tell by the background as that's a little superimposed, I guess is the best way to view this. And also, my internet strength here isn't always perfect. So if we have bad feed, I do apologize beforehand and I'll see what I can do about that.
Hey, it is what it is. Just happy to be on here with you. Yeah, just love making the videos with you for sure.
All right, man, let's go through this stuff pretty quick today. Pitching wise, looks like we're going to get a really, really chalky Andrew Heaney tonight against Baltimore. And then I think these top guys of Meagle and Desclafani and Lauer get a little bit of love. But I don't know about you. I kind of I don't really like Eric Lauer here. I'm sure you probably agree with that.
Yeah, I think we're going to see this eye to eye. I like McGill and Desclafani. Those are my two favorite pitchers.
Yeah, I get the Heaney love, but we also
Sure.
know Heaney can get blown up. First start with a new team and everything like that. First start in New York, we've seen that go awful for many people in the past. I love the idea of fading a chalky Andrew Heaney here.
Yeah, for sure. Same. He's strikeout alone puts him in play always, but he is a little more expensive now as well.
Yes, I'm with you. I like the top two guys the best. I don't. Eric Lauer is projected to get love similar to Desclafani. I don't buy that. I feel Desclafani will be higher owned for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have no argument for that.
Is there anybody that's low cost to you today that you would consider?
Yeah, a couple guys that I'd consider. One specifically is Dane Dunning. High on my short list here. He's been a lot better at home. Any like workload concerns kind of mitigated by the price point. Like Angels are not a scary lineup to me. I don't see why he wouldn't be in play here.
I agree. Anybody else?
Not really. Looking at Luzardo, I mean, we know he's got a good arm. And I was like looking at Waka a little bit just because like Heaney's chalk. But
Has Luzardo been in the minors the last couple months, or is he?
yes, he has.
Okay, how's he pitched down there? Any idea?
He's pitched fine. I know he's got a full workload pretty much, which is always good.
Gotcha. And again, the Mets are not a scary team by any stretch of the imagination. He had an interesting year. Like he started the year with that big start against I forget who he's up against in that game, but it just everything went downhill after that.
Yeah, I want to say it was Texas, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that would make sense. Most people have good starts against Texas.
Yeah, what about your boy Flexen? I like some Tampa bats, and I know you've been on Flexen a bunch.
Well, I did not play on this slate on the 27th, but I would never have liked him against Houston. So he did get lit up, which is not good for him. I think this is a classic thing we talk about with Tampa Bay. Great pitching ballpark, high strikeout team in Tampa, but they're also a good baseball team. So they're always a little bit of a anomaly when it comes to trying to pick on them. I'm not big on Flexen today. I know you were waiting for the other shoe to drop. It definitely dropped the other time out. Doesn't mean he couldn't be good today, but I was kind of looking a little bit closer at Dane Dunning myself for 800 cheaper.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Dunning quite a bit, so it's cool.
Ideally, though, I would live right here with you with Desclafani and Meagle. Both in really, really good matchups. Desclafani has been fantastic this year. I mean, if you didn't have to face the Dodgers, his numbers this year would be, right up there.
No doubt about it.
The Dodgers have just owned him, though, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, he's had to face him like 5 or 6 times, I think.
Yeah. All right. As far as cash game players go today, your main focus is going to want to be the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. They're getting a ton of love. With the Yankees matched up with George Lopez on this one, I think we all know why that's going to be. Obviously, he is not one of the pitching elite of Major League Baseball, so the Yankees are going to be real, real popular up and down the lineup.
Yes, they are. The Yankees and, like you said, the Giants are getting a ton of love. I would be surprised if any team is as popular as the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, Giants will get love because of pricing too, but
Sure.
I like the Yankees more than I like the Giants here.
Yeah, I like the Yankees more than I like the Giants as well. But then again, I also like a couple of these other offenses like not getting any love, namely like the Rays I was talking about.
All right, so let's start moving into these other offenses. So again, Yankees chalk. I do like the Yankees in this spot, so not a bad day for cash game players if you want to go right there. This first game, a little bit of a wild card though. Philadelphia against Washington. Got a bullpen game, and then what do you know about Gray?
Gray is a legit prospect. He's the guy he's like one of the 2 main guys that came over in the Scherzer Trey Turner deal. He's got good stuff. That being said, like Philly is getting no ownership today, and Gray has good stuff, but he's not going to throw like a 100-pitch complete game shutout here. I'm sure Washington's going to handle him with kids' gloves. Philly got going big yesterday. I think Philly's like an outside stack, and Gray is like an outside pitcher that I could see being in play.
I agree, and I agree. So the thing you can notice with Gray, and it's only 2 starts, he looks like a rookie pitcher, right? Lots of strikeouts, but has also given up 4 home runs over 8 innings, as well as walking 5 guys, these are typical signs of a young pitcher.
No doubt.
So I'm with you on this one. I think you could make a case for either direction. I think I'd be more pro Philly in this situation, though. Just like you said, they got going the other day, giving up a lot of home runs and everything like that. And with the other offenses getting all the love, this is one that could definitely work with them.
Same. I'm with you.
Any love for the Washington lineup?
Not really. I mean, their lineup's just no good right now. I will say, like, Soto's obviously always in play, and Yadiel Hernandez, 2K. The 2K guy I mentioned for the Cubs hit 3 homers yesterday. Hernandez, he's in the outfield. He had a monster game too, 4th from the bottom.
Okay, there you go.
No,
I was just remembering this name.
Yeah, I always think about like us and talk about him whenever I scroll by that.
Gotcha. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. Again, I think the other thing I bet you kind of have a little interest in this is the leverage stack of the Baltimore Orioles here.
Yeah, I do. I have some interest there for no reason other than what you just said. Leverage against Chalky Heaney. Baltimore can hit as power from the right side. They're affordable. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in some Orioles here.
I get that. Heaney would not be the first pitcher to make his first start in New York and get absolutely shelled. This is not something that would be unique to him or anything like that. So we're not asking for the sky to fall right here. We're asking for something that's, I wouldn't call it predictable, but not unpredictable in the slightest, right? Like a Mancini's, Santander. There's a bunch of guys I could get on board with in this one.
Oh, Castle's hot. Severino from the left side. Yeah, for sure. So I'm with it.
All right. Next up, we got the Mets taking on the Marlins. Luzardo against Migo. I'm
Luzardo. Like, so DK just has it as Luzardo, but even when you click on him, it says they don't even know. So it's hard to speak on too much of this.
Okay. I'm never really excited about the Mets offense either.
Yeah. So not looking at Marlins here, really. And the Mets, it's an unknown.
All right. Tampa against Seattle. So this is one that it sounds like I'll probably be more interested in flexing than you. You'll be more interested in the Tampa bats. But quite frankly, this is not a game that I'm super excited about from really anywhere.
Yeah, I like Tampa here. They're just really good. Flexen does not strike guys out. I think that's a recipe for disaster here against the Tampa lineup that has just tons of good hitters now, from Lowe, Cruz, Rosarania, Meadows, Wendell, Flunder, Franco. I like the whole lineup. Definitely a stack I'm probably going to have exposure to if things like stand how they do now with the Yankees and Giants getting so much love.
Lots of guys on. Again, we mentioned it with Tampa. They're just a good baseball team. Got the guys up and down the lineup that can hit. You mentioned with Flex, and you've been waiting for the other shoe to fall with him for a long time. He's not missed a lot of bats his most recent starts, so I can see why you like him here.
Yeah, that's all it is.
All right, Angels against Texas. Hard to get too intrigued by anybody on Texas.
Yeah, I will say, like, the Angels have a bad bullpen, though. Suarez is very mediocre. Texas with back-to-back walk-off games. Walk-off home run by Jonah Heim at catcher 2K. I could see using some Texas here.
I get your point. I just always struggle to put their guys in my lineup. I have had zero luck with anybody from Texas this year.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
So how about it looks like Ohtani will be put into this player pool later today, just so everybody knows as well. That's what DK says up here.
Yeah, not interested really in the Angels.
All right, Pittsburgh against Milwaukee. I mean, we are talking about Bryce Wilson right here and Eric Lauer. I guess after getting too much love the other day, the Brewers aren't getting much love today. So that's another team I could get on board with.
Yeah, for sure. I could see using Milwaukee. It doesn't look like they're coming in third after the top 2. So I think you'll see them around 10% owned, and that's fine. I mean, I agree with you. I think they're definitely in play.
Yes, sir. Good win for them yesterday. Not a lot of offense in that game. We had talked about not looking too heavy on the chalky Braves yesterday, so it was a good day to avoid them.
For sure. Yeah, Milwaukee is playing good ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun National League playoffs this year. Obviously, everybody knows that the Dodgers are going to be the front runners, but baseball doesn't work the same way as basketball. Anybody that makes the playoffs actually has a shot, which is not the same thing in basketball. I forget like who the 8th seed in the East was this year, but it just seems like almost like a pointless series, right?
Yeah, it's like yeah, for sure. Trying to think of what it was 8 seed. I can't even remember.
Yeah, it doesn't work the same. I mean, baseball is just different. Like if the Dodgers take on any of the playoff teams in the NL this year, they're going to be the favorites, but it's not this. Just not the same game.
No doubt.
All right, so I have no interest in the Arizona bats because I like Desclafani. I assume you're probably in the same boat.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then the San Fran bats that I see getting love are Lamont Wade if he's in the lineup.
Yeah, he
And
makes a lot of sense. He's strengthy, I'm sure.
yep, and Yaz would be the other one. Not having the best year from a batting average perspective, but the power's still there. He's got a bunch of extra base hits lately. Makes a lot of sense at 4,200.
No doubt.
So you're going to see very, very chalky New York Yankees. They do make a ton of sense, but it's your classic point that it's difficult to win tournaments with the chalk team.
It is. I mean, I like these small slates because if the Yankees, don't go off on Jorge Lopez, honestly, that Jorge Lopez isn't like the worst pitcher ever. I mean, we've
Oh,
seen him make some starts before.
we're not trying to tell you guys he's good, but we've talked about him on the show extensively this year. He's got plenty of solid starts where just even like in his game log, 3 runs allowed, 2 runs allowed, 2 runs allowed, 1 run allowed. Like in his last 10 starts, he's had, darn near a quality start 40% of the time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't mean that the Yankees can't get to him, but probably personally, I'm more likely to use like a Yankees one off or two, 2-man stacks, not like go all out on them.
Well, I'll say something now that I know you're going to agree with. There's probably no team in baseball more fun to watch batting practice with right now than Gallo, Judge, and Stanton. Talk about 3 guys who might legit be 1, 2, 3 for the ability to hit the ball far in Major League Baseball.
Seriously, and I just imagine, I don't care what ownership say. I know ownerships have them as chalk. They're going to be so chalky that people really want to play them because of what you just said, I think.
Yeah, everything on New York is chalk tonight. Andrew Heaney and all the hitters. So if you're trying to be different, I mean, even like San Fran is going to be popular. They won't be popular like New York. Everything outside of the Yankees is going to be lower owned.
Agreed.
So, all right, guys, that's what we got for Monday. Wish everybody the best of luck, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks a lot, guys.